Flamin' Hot Cheetos are a wildly popular snack that literally leaves its indulgers red-handed. And now several schools in California, New Mexico, and Illinois have banned the high-fat, high-salt, and possibly addictive snack. So California is trying to pass a state law that bans it in all public schools, but individual school districts and individual schools in California have gone on ahead of the state law that has yet to be passed and signed by Governor Gavin Newsom and banned these foods in these public schools because they can do damage to children. And think about how much of that our young people consume. And we know that there is a link between not just cancer, but other neurological disorders and ADHD and hyperactivity when they consume these foods that contain these dangerous additives. That may explain partially why our children are performing so poorly. Basically, when it comes to how poorly the children are performing in school, it's a myriad of things. It is the home life. It is the lack of education in the family. It's the lack of education being a part of our culture as Black people. It isn't. It is. I want it to be. I'd like to think that it is, but it's not. It is in Asian cultures. They don't play around when it comes to the education of their children. It is a mainstay in Asian and Southeast Asian culture. They tell their kids, like, yeah, you're going to be a doctor whether you want to be or not, and you're going to go to school forever. Education is a cultural priority, and so I can say that pays dividends for Asian people, not universally, but they're the only ethnic group in this nation that have more money, have more wealth, own more property, and have higher incomes than white people. The only thing I can think of is the fact that they culturally put education on a pedestal. They prioritize it, unlike any other group I've ever seen. Asian, Southeast Asian, Indian, Chinese, South Korean, Filipino. The Hmong are different. The Hmong are Southeast Asia's Black people. They kind of are, a little bit. Because, the Hmong live on the north side with us. They live right next to us. They're very nice. It's a Hmong family that stayed 2 doors down from me. I remember a bunch of years ago, it snowed a lot. It was before I got a snowblower. It was a long time ago. I don't recommend not having a snowblower. Well, we don't really have winter anymore, so I guess you probably can get away with not having a snowblower. But my snow shovel broke, and we got a whole bunch of snow. And they lived 2 doors down. So I'd seen the Hmong family, the kids, the grandparents. There's several generations of the Hmong people, and they're very nice. They don't cause no trouble. They just do their thing. And my neighbors right next to me, they weren't home. So then I went to the house next door to them, which is the Hmong family, and I knocked on the door. And he's like 14, 15 years old. He came to the door. He was like, hi. I said, hey, my shovel broke. I live 2 doors down. Can I use your shovel? He said, yup. It's right on the side of the house. Just bring it back when you're done. And he let me use the shovel. And that's the Hmong, and they're still there. In fact, that 14 or 15-year-old boy now, he's probably in his late 20s now. And guess what? He still lives there. But that's the other thing about other cultures. If they rent, they're renting from each other, and they will have the whole family stay in one dwelling until somebody has enough money to buy property of their own. It's really a beautiful thing how tight-knit some of their families are. What do? We tell our kids we can't wait till they turn 18 so they can go out and fend for themselves. Newsflash, most 18-year-olds cannot fend for themselves. There's nothing magic that happens when you turn 18 other than the fact that you legally can go into the military. You can, what else can you do? You can sign a lease, but there's no magic automatic maturity when your child turns 18 years old, and you warn your child, when you turn 18, because when my parents was telling me, I'm like, what's going to happen on my 18th birthday? Some magical transformation is just going to take place just like that. I'm 18 years old and all of these things are going to happen. You know what happened when I turned 18? Nothing. I just was 17 years old plus 1 day. Nothing happened. Now, I had a plan for myself, obviously. I went off to school and did all that other stuff. But the way we tell our children to get the hell out of our houses, and we start very young. As soon as they do something that you don't like, they could be 2. I can't wait till you turn 18. How well your children do in life, their own families, their relationships, the jobs they have, their employment, their careers, all that stuff is based on how you prepare them. And so if they are not prepared, who are you going to blame? Some schools in Pasadena, California have even said that if parents pack these snacks in their child's lunch, the spicy Cheetos will be confiscated. KTLA, the TV station in LA, reports. The main reason cited by these schools for the ban is a lack of nutritional value. One snack-sized bag contains 26 grams of fat and a quarter of the amount of sodium recommended for an entire day. And new research suggests that hyperpalatable foods, salty, fatty, or sweet foods, can trigger brain responses similar to those created and seen in individuals addicted to drugs or alcohol, the Chicago Tribune reports. 8 out of 10 kids bring them to school, Lakeview High School has told the paper. And I used to be one of them, and didn't buy them for me. I would get so mad. It took me 3 months to quit. The craze is also evident on the internet as well, where parents have uploaded videos of the first time their child tries Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and kids have uploaded videos of contests of who can eat the most of the snack. Kids are stupid. Remember the Tide Pod Challenge? I didn't even think that made sense to me. They had to stop. Did they stop making Tide Pods? Either they stopped making them or they had to change the packaging. For those of you that don't know, Tide Pods are these little plastic containers of laundry detergent. So instead of using the cup, unscrewing the cup, which is usually the cap or the top of your laundry detergent, instead of doing it that way, pouring your liquid laundry detergent in the cap or pouring it directly into the washing machine, you would buy these Tide Pods, a little plastic container. You just throw it in and the plastic dissolves in the wash and then the detergent gets your clothes clean. Kids were eating those. They were eating them. So most of you, I think, are okay. And I don't worry about most people most days. But there is a section of our society, and maybe it's the young, maybe it's the vulnerable, maybe it's some other word that I don't want to use on the radio, that do really stupid stuff. And we got to protect those people. Some of them are Trump supporters that drank bleach. Yeah. When Dr. Jeanette Kowalik was the city of Milwaukee health commissioner, she reached out to me to tell me I was broadcasting from my studio at home at the time on my YouTube channel. I wasn't at a radio station at the time during COVID. She said, Sherwin, up, can you read this press release? I was like, yeah, sure, I'll read it. Dr. Kowalik, no problem. There was an uptick in people calling poison control in the city of Milwaukee because they were drinking bleach. And so those of us that have common sense, we just can't understand that.